Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing Hachzeg's learning of the Pele Yoetz, day number 3 in the second cycle that we are in. We're in the world of Atronis, which is a person learning how to be somewhat forgiving and forgoing of his money when he spends it, especially on the right things. Amnon binyan av Atronis and Bar Mitzvah, when it comes to being a Vatran, to releasing and letting go of your money for a Devar Mitzvah, for a Mitzvah opportunity. Everybody could fulfill their obligation in this realm and say, I merited to do it in the right way. Because there is a kitzvah, there is like an apportioned amount that everybody could spend. There's a certain amount that you can't spend everything, but you have to spend enough to make it that mitzvah is something that is important and chashiv to you. 1/10, I guess, is the derech yishar. That's a good way to do it. And if you do 1/5, you're spending even more money. That's even better. If somebody does in such a way, they spend a nice amount of their money for the sake of the mitzvahs, so they will not be returned in embarrassment. They're doing things proper. Comes along the time for the lulav and the esrog. It comes time for a pair of tefillin for your son's bar mitzvah. It comes time for whatever the mitzvah and the matzahs you're going to eat on Pesach, and you spend the proper amount of money. That's all very pleasing in the eyes of Hashem. You will never stumble and lose out as a result of this. But there is a vatronis that is very bad, and it's a bad midah, a weak midah. Kagoyim, for example, when you are forgiving or forgoing of other people's money, you spend his money without him realizing it, without his permission. Even if your friend made you into the shaliach, the messenger, to be able to go and purchase certain things from him and spend his money, nevertheless, there's a limit how much you could spend of his money. You must try to understand what he actually would want. Don't waste his money more than necessary. Because if you end up transgressing his intention, you are stealing from him. And you're transgressing the mitzvah. If your friend entrusted you with his money and he said, please go buy me X, Y, and Z, and now you just mevazves it, you just spend it frivolously over here, spending much more than he really wanted you to do, you're a gazlan, you're a thief. We learned in Pegavos, your friend's money should be as beloved to you as your own money. Just like you wouldn't want people wasting your money, you wouldn't want them spending it on things that you don't really want, and just going and spending it with no end in sight. You have to treat his money the same way. Nevertheless, don't be too stingy. Don't be too stingy and say, well, my friend probably would want such a thing. No, you have to do things in the right way. Let him be the chayte, let him be the one who sins, but not you. Which means you could do a little bit extra. You have your friend, you think highly of him, that he actually would spend a little bit more, so then you can do it in that way, for the right things. You should weigh out your words in mishpat and justice. According to the inyan, the matter itself, the makom, the place, and the zman, and the time that you're in. All of these situations need a lot of das, a lot of understanding, so that you should not add on too much, or you should not take away too much. You got to be able to do it exactly the right way. So you're not a gazlan, you're not a thief, you're not a stingy miser over here. You're doing things measured the way that they should be. And even when you have to spend money for yourself, And your family, your family, your wife, your kids, they have things that they need. It has to be measured out in the right way. You can't just spend. You can't go onto Amazon every single day and just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy. But if your kids need something and your wife needs something, they should be entitled to go and purchase what they need. If you have the money, then no, HaKadosh Baruch Hu blessed you, and you can use it to be able to enhance and give more to your wife and to your kids. You should eat and drink and clothe yourself according to your means, each person according to the bracha, to the blessing that they've received. So it's very tricky. Money is not an easy thing. To use it in the right way, to spend it properly, and to make sure that you're not going overboard, but also at the same time, I'm not underboard, I'm not a kamsan, I'm not a stingy fellow over here. And especially when, as we'll see even tomorrow more, when it comes to your family, when it comes to your wife, to your children, and those that are relying upon you, make sure that you use the money wisely and it's balanced so that everybody gets, Be'ez Hashem, they'll get what they need. Sometimes they'll even get what they want, and it won't be over the top, and it won't be frivolous, and it won't be decadent, and it won't be luxurious. It'll be in a way that is done in an ehrlich way, the way that a Jew should, and spend his money properly. Be'ez Hashem. All the best.